An announcement today that more than $700 million is being invested to expand commuter and freight rail service crossing the Potomac.
It's what the finished product would look like, and the impacts, Plauger says, includes hourly service between D.C. and Richmond by 2030 and a diversified transportation system. The money will go toward a new long bridge connecting Arlington and D.C. that includes 5 rail bridges and 2 pedestrian bicycle bridges. Also, improvements around L'Enfant Plaza in D.C. and additional tracks in Prince William, Stafford, and Spotsylvania counties.
Long Bridge will more than double the passenger rail capacity on Amtrak. This has been a choke point for decades. We're going to finally be able to get it done.
At a press conference, elected officials from across the Commonwealth celebrated the Fed's $729 million investment toward transforming rail service. Another goal of the project is to encourage economic growth in the region, with the hopes that businesses and their future employers would move here because of a more connected transportation system.
Now to a commuter alert that we want to tell you about happening in Virginia. Huge improvements are coming to the state's passenger rail system.
So Virginia's Governor Glenn Youngkin, along with several of the other state leaders, helped to celebrate a major announcement today at the Long Bridge Aquatics and Fitness Center. Larry Miller with us now to talk more about that. What have they got, Larry?
Yeah, certainly a big deal for the Commonwealth. They're making a big investment into improving transportation on the state's railways. This morning, members of Virginia's congressional delegation announced that the state has been awarded $729 million in federal funds. Today's announcement comes about a year after Virginia secured $20 million to improve the pedestrian section of the Long Bridge. Now, that money will allow Virginia to fund the first 2 phases of that railway project. Many leaders credited the passing of the bipartisan infrastructure bill by Congress for helping to bring these new changes. G.J. Statler is the executive director of the Virginia Passenger Rail Authority. He spoke about how the new construction will improve overall railway services.
This is great news for Virginia, but it's also great news for the region. This $729 million will not only improve service in Virginia, it'll improve service at L'Enfant Plaza. It will more than double the amount of VRE traffic in terms of capacity. That'll mean more travel at night and on the weekends for VRE. It also unlocks not just the north-south corridor, but as Virginia Rail, passenger rail goes west, Charlottesville, Lynchburg, Roanoke, down to Blacksburg.
And that's Virginia Senator Mark Warner there. The projects will also add 3 new round-trip Amtrak trains. Now, Statler, the executive director, again says that this money will boost the Franconia-Springfield bypass project that will enhance train options for both commuters and travelers. Now, while the new funding will help run more tracks solely dedicated for passenger trains between D.C.'s L'Enfant Plaza Metro Station and Northern Virginia, leaders also spoke about the next big discussion involving transportation, which is how the D.C. region can work together to increase funding for Metro rail services. Adam, something we all know is really important right now given the sort of budget deficits that they're facing.
Yeah, and it's this perpetual conversation that seems to come up year after year after year. So we know that that discussion has been gaining a lot of traction. Metro preparing, of course, for their next fiscal year. So this will be something that not only we, but leaders in Virginia and Maryland and D.C. will be following closely as well. Larry, thanks.
Thank you.